What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing?
Can't you tell that your tie's too wide?
Maybe I should buy some old tab collars.
Welcome back to the age of jive.
Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? You can't dress trashy till you spend a lot of money.
Everybody's talking about the new sound. Funny, but it's still this Are Johnny Domino.
Idiot.
Hello and welcome back to this Are Johnny Domino, a very niche and very cheerful podcast, I hope, about music that we used to make.
I do love me some Billy Joel, by the way.
Yeah, you remember Billy Joel? Billy Joel is great. We used to listen to him a lot in the car, didn't we, when we were going on holiday?
In the first car that we had with a tape player that worked, we had about 3 tapes in the car.
Yeah, I remember Dad's music was basically Billy Joel,
Cat Stevens,
and maybe a bit of Paul Simon, if you were lucky.
Possibly, yeah.
That was it.
Wow.
Formative stuff.
Yeah. But that's a nice choice. Yes, as my brother Giles says, this podcast is quite niche, but hopefully it's entertaining for people to listen to. My name is Steve.
And every episode, we normally listen to around 3 songs that we recorded back in the olden days and try and choose one that we can put onto a best of compilation tape.
I mean, that's it, basically.
That's basically
it.
Yeah.
Shall we crack on?
Tell us about the first song, Steve.
The first song we're listening to today is by Johnny Domino, and it is called Got It Easy. I think we recorded the music at the tail end of 1994, and then when I went back to university, I must have left the microphone up because there are a lot of songs that we recorded where you did the vocals on your own, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah.
And also, you actually dared to play some lead guitar on this song, and I was not around for the recording of that.
You weren't supervising me.
No, but as we've mentioned before, I was very, very protective of my role as the guitarist in Johnny Domino.
Who else was playing on this song?
It was me on acoustic guitar, you playing drums, and our old mate Albert on bass. And We've got photographic evidence of this whole session.
Nice.
I'll send them over to you because it'd be worth people seeing. You know, you've asked me about my mic placement and the use of the microphone. It's quite telling, the shot of me playing the acoustic guitar, because we've got a camera tripod with a cheap black microphone taped to it, and that was the mic stand. And I think the mic was the one that came with the 4-track.
Nice. Lo-fi heaven.
And then you are playing the drums, and you've got your old plaid shirt over the snare drum.
Oh, yeah. At the end of this song, there is an interesting little aside, which is a reminder of a time when I lived a nocturnal and slightly hazy existence in East London. And I was living with my friend Pete, and we were 2 footloose and fancy-free cartoonists against the world. And one day I managed to convince Pete to leave the house during daylight and put on a little bit of music to psych ourselves up, and this is evidence of it at the end. So listen out for that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rain on your parade, but why did
Yeah, he's not putting that on. That is his actual singing voice.
He really could not hold a tune, could he?
No.
That's weird. You're saying it was like a daytime recording, because I always assumed that was a nighttime recording.
No, that was like we were going out in the afternoon.
In the daylight.
Yeah, in the daylight.
Like vampiric cartoonists of London.
We were, yeah. I think that song could have done with being a bit longer.
What I remember is I think I wrote the chord progression and I had a completely different idea of which bit was the chorus. And I was quite surprised when I came back and you'd recorded the vocals. But now I can't imagine which bit I thought was the chorus. I've got no idea what I was thinking. But that subterranean bass line that Albert's playing, he's obviously he's tuned it down.
Yeah.
But oh man, I love that bass line.
It is good, yeah. It's really nice.
Good work, Albert.
Yeah, good work, Albert. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a bit short.
Yeah,
I think it could have done with another verse or I don't know what you could have added to it. I suppose, but I just wanted a bit more.
Just play it again.
I suppose you could play it again.
I mean, sometimes some songs just go on too long.
True.
It's better to leave you wanting more.
Yeah, definitely. I like the fact that you let me get away with that guitar bit.
Yeah. Again, I can't imagine it without it now.
Yeah.
It's great. It's sloppy.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good and sloppy. It's nice.
Do you remember a few episodes ago when I was talking about the song Drunken Master?
Yeah.
And my sort of slight period of interest in kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Well, this is further evidence of that, because the line in that song, which is something like, "You call it kung fu, but it looks more like dancing to me," that actually is a line from Drunken Master.
That's great.
Yeah, so that is actually from that. And at that point, I don't think I'd ever even eaten tofu. I actually quite like tofu now.
Well, there you go. A bit of silk and tofu.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it, actually? The line about straying from your campus dressed like someone from another age.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got an image of a student dressed in sort of Tudor costume, walking through the Hare Hills estate in Leeds.
This isn't something you saw, though, was it?
No, just imagining it, really.
That would be a baller look to try and get away with at university, though.
Yeah, it would.
Dressing up like a Tudor.
Dressing up like a Tudor, walking through.
I mean, that's eccentric. We talked about the last mod, in his parka and stuff. You can kind of imagine that. But someone going, all right, I'm going Tudor.
Yeah.
I prefer the early stuff.
Yeah. It's setting yourself a challenge there.
Where do you buy a codpiece these days? Or a merkin?
I'm not sure what else to say about that.
No.
We could always get on eBay.
Probably. Codpieces are us. I am not searching for that. I'm not having that coming up in my search history. Let's leave that to the listener.
Okay.
If you've got an interest in buying codpieces, maybe you could let us know. Now, the next song we're going to talk about is by Johnny Domino, and it is I Saw Three Ships. As we record this, it is the start of December. It has snowed everywhere on our street and on your street as well, John.
It has. It's a beautiful winter wonderland out there.
Yeah. And this is obviously a Christmas song. It's a song that we recorded for an Artists Against Success compilation called Kung Fu Santa with a Christmas Punch Bag.
Kung Fu again.
Kung Fu Santa with a Christmas Punch Bag.
Yeah, and it's really good. And it's literally just been put on Spotify by Rob.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad of it, actually, because I think it's a really, I find it quite an enjoyable listen, particularly this time of year. I think there's some really interesting and quite weird songs on there. So I would recommend it to people if you've not heard it.
And if you're looking for something to add to your Christmas playlist, there are some good songs on it.
There's some crackers. Just forget the Christmas playlist and just put the album on, really.
Yeah. A particular favourite of mine is June in December by the Frightened Prisoners of the Kraken.
That is a cracker, actually.
It's a really good song.
Yeah. I quite like I'm Going to Kill Myself for Christmas by the wonderful Frankie Machine. I think that's a really good one. And Shilton's Fingertips, actually. They're both good tracks.
Yeah, and I made Frankie, aka Rob, re-record Shilton's Fingertips with me playing keyboards on it because it's one of my favourite Frankie Machine songs ever.
Yeah.
And I am one of Frankie's machines.
Yeah.
I play a lot of keyboards on a wide variety of Frankie Machine songs. And I played live with them.
Yeah, you did. It's got a good cover on it as well, the album.
Yeah, I think it's a drawing that Jimmy drew.
Yeah, it's a nice one. It's really good. It's a good cover.
I mean, it's literally Kung Fu Santa with a Christmas punch bag.
Literally that.
And he's saying the words, "Give me mince pie," which is a good line.
The whole thing's odd in a good way. And we're on it.
Yeah.
We got a couple of tracks. And the one we're going to listen to today is Three Ships.
I saw Three Ships.
Yeah, which is, I believe, our interpretation of a traditional song. You're going to tell me otherwise.
No. I think it's a traditional Christmas song. I don't know what the words mean at all. I mean, I might have a look at Genius while we're listening to it.
I think the words mean Happy Birthday, Jesus.
As you'll hear, he's on a boat. He's on a boat with his lady.
Yeah, well, maybe he went on a bit of a bit of a journey.
Now I'm picturing Jesus in the video for Rio. You know, Duran Duran.
Well, that's it. There you go. There's
Jesus on a yacht.
So when we're listening to this, imagine Jesus standing at the front of a yacht, dressed in a similar way to Simon Le Bon.
Yeah. The wind's blowing back his coiffed hair.
And it's his birthday.
Wowzers. Apologies to any people of a religious persuasion that are listening.
I don't think they'll mind.
I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day in the morning? Our Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Our Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day in the morning. They whither sailed those ships all three on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Pray whither sailed those ships all three on Christmas Day in the morning. They sailed to Bethlehem on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Oh, they sailed to Bethlehem on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. Then let us all rejoice, amen, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Then let us all rejoice, amen, on Christmas Day in the morning.
That is a genuinely peculiar song.
It's a bit of an interesting recording, isn't it?
Yeah.
It does make me think of a very dark and icy night in December,
Yeah.
and it being very quiet.
Obviously, I've been on Wiki while we were listening to that. I Saw Three Ships Come Sailing In is an English Christmas carol listed as number 700 in the Roud Folk Song Index. The earliest printed version of I Saw Three Ships is from the 17th century, from possibly Derbyshire.
Oh, nice.
The lyrics mention the ships sailing into Bethlehem, but the nearest body of water is the Dead Sea, about 20 miles away.
Yeah.
So he's not getting to Bethlehem. The reference
No.
to three ships is thought to originate in the three ships that bore the purported relics of the biblical Magi to Cologne Cathedral in the 12th century.
Wow.
So it's a right hodgepodge of different bits and bobs.
I think that's kind of what makes it interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a hodgepodge in the way that we recorded it as well, which I like.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I would mention that I really like is Mark. I think Mark plays a blinder on that one.
On his vocal.
I really like his folky kind of backing vocals. You can hear his Northumbrian roots there.
Yeah. I like that. I think as far as the music's concerned, if you can call it music, I think Mark just gave me the keys to his keyboard toy box, and I think I did it all.
But I think he played a blinder by providing the keyboards.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, I just had a bit of a play with them, and then sort of like the magical rippling keyboard bit is a little Casio keyboard, and I'm just playing the black keys again.
Yay.
Just rubbing my hands up and down on the black keys.
It's a good trick, that, isn't it?
I might have got a blister from doing that.
You can't hear that.
I'm suffering for my art.
We were big fans of the swelling drone synth sound, weren't we? For a while.
Probably I'm sure Mark will be able to tell us what we were using.
Yeah.
As far as keyboards were concerned.
Yeah. What were we using? Jim finds a good voice, I think, on that one.
Yeah. It's very precise, lyrically precise.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not his usual persona.
No.
But I quite like it. We all try on a different personality slightly at Christmas time, don't we?
Wow.
Yeah.
And obviously you're singing on it as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of high Giles action there.
High Giles accent. Hi, Giles.
Yeah. It transported me, Steve. It transported me. And it's like one that I kind of like to, I'm quite proud of that song.
Can I just say, for this recording, I've had to close the blinds in the room where I am because I was getting too distracted by watching odd bods on our street walking up and down. I think the final straw was seeing somebody walking to clear their car in a T-shirt and wearing fluffy sliders on their feet. And I think at that point, I really had to go close the blinds.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm going to be too distracted watching people being mental.
Keep those blinds closed. I too am we're having a bit of a battle this episode because I'm having, again, a recurring theme in the podcast. I'm having a few dog issues here.
Dog issues.
The dog's stomach is making some very strange noises.
Oh, God. Has she been out?
Well, she didn't want to go out because it's like there's snow on the ground. So she's kind of like sort of looking at me and her stomach's gurgling.
I don't like the sound of this.
I know. I feel that there may be an
explosion coming.
There could be a disaster.
Oh my God.
On the way. So I hope it doesn't happen while we're recording. Right, next. Okay. Next up.
Right. The next song is a bit of a bone of contention because we have a recurring feature amongst the many features of the podcast is you have to say it.
The Eternal Halls of the 4-track God.
Regular listeners will remember that this is a result of me sharing a few episodes ago one of the first songs we recorded in one of the first musical outfits that we had, that being Hot Sex Mama by the Dirty Shades, which featured a vocal from a prepubescent Steve singing about a hot, sexy mama with her bottom on fire.
You've not got over that?
I exposed myself, and through that, we have started requesting other artists, musical performers, and people who have fiddled around doing music in their youth to send us their tapes. And if they are deemed good enough, they will gain entrance into the halls of the four-track gods. Gods. And as I was effectively the first person to submit a song, I assumed that I would get a T-shirt. But oh no.
I'm shaking my head.
Apparently doesn't count.
No.
So in order to gain entrance into the Eternal Halls, blah, 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 and get a T-shirt, which is the main thing I want, I am going to expose myself further by presenting a piece of music that I recorded as part of my GCSE coursework.
Yeah, you're sending in an entry into the Eternal Halls, and if it's deemed worthy for entry, you're prostrating yourself in front of the halls.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
I'm telling you now, if it doesn't gain entry, then it's going to be an awkward Christmas. That's all I'm saying.
And you're hoping to gain entry. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That T-shirt could be yours.
Fingers crossed.
What colour do you want?
Well, I don't know if I've got one yet, do I?
Okay,
because I've got to play this piece of music.
Yeah.
Now, when I was doing my GCSE music, all I've got to say is I was talking to our teacher, Barbara Plant, and I had to do some composing, but I didn't really have like the chops to write a bit of manuscript or something like that. And she said, well, we've got some equipment in the music department which you might want to play around with. And she opened this cupboard, and inside there was a drum machine, a Boss DR220. There was a sampling keyboard, a little Casio SK1 or something like that.
Nice.
Which has got about 2 seconds of sampling time. And a 4-track tape recorder.
Amazing.
And it was all just in this cupboard that no one knew was there, effectively. And she, God bless her, she basically gave them to me for the duration of my GCSE coursework.
Good old Barbara.
Good old Barbara. So this is a song that I recorded like that. I've got some stuff to say about some other pieces of music I remember from my class.
Let's have a listen.
Let's do a bit of this.
This is Hi Dad.
This is Hi Dad.
By?
It's by me.
By Steve.
I haven't read this one. Okay, fast. I haven't read this one. Okay. I haven't read this one. Okay. I haven't read this one. Okay, fast. I haven't read this one. Okay, fast. I haven't read.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's that bit from the I'm going over there now. You hold off till I call. What's that from?
Well, I think all I did was I turned the TV on in my room and just recorded some dialogue.
So you don't know what it was from?
I think it might be from the Australian soap opera Sons and Daughters.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And people may be shouting, oh no, it's Ailsa Stewart from Home and Away. Because I think it's the actress, what was her name? Judy Nunn, who played Elsa in Home and Away, but she also played Irene in Sons and Daughters, and I think it might be from Sons and Daughters.
It's good. I can hear a bit of a B-52s influence in the rhythm there.
Yeah.
We used to love the B-52s, didn't we? We've not really talked about them very much. They've got to come back, I think.
Man, I'm wearing, at the moment, I'm wearing my B-52s T-shirt.
Nice.
Which is just bizarre.
Nice.
But yeah, everything that we've ever done, a great deal of it certainly takes a lot from the B-52s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a bit of the drum machine, and then I've obviously sampled hitting a bin for the snare.
Mm.
And then I must have sampled a note from an acoustic guitar to play the bass.
Mm.
I like the bit at the end when I'm playing the bass line. I've obviously discovered there's a button that says delay. And
there's a delay.
But I've audibly gone, wonder what that button does, and just recorded it. And I was able to submit those as part of my coursework because one of the things you had to talk about was how you wrote it. And I said to Miss Plant, I just made it up as I went along. And she gave me the 2 words that saved my butt, which were through composed. Through composed, which is just...
What does that mean?
Making it up as you go along.
Okay, but it's a better way of putting it.
Through composed. I think I did 3 pieces of music very similar to that.
Let us forever from now on refer to it as through composed whenever we do that sort of thing.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Through composed.
That piece was through composed. Right, there you go. That's now going to be something that we use.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miss Plant.
Thank you, Miss
What
Plant.
grade did you get?
I got a B.
Oh, well done.
Thanks.
Well done. Good job.
Can I just mention there was the only other piece of music I remember one of my classmates handing in. I can't remember. I think the kid's name was Ian, and he had this little acoustic guitar song that he wrote, and the words were, "Do what you want to do, because baby you're the one. Be what you want to be. I know we'll get along, because you're the one." I think when he played it...
That sounds like a Robbie Williams song or something.
Well, the thing is, when we were at school, we all kind of... Because he didn't have the strongest voice, and he was playing the melody on a single line of his acoustic guitar, like a single note melody on his acoustic guitar, and singing it in quite a warbly kind of way. So obviously being very supportive children, we all kind of laughed at him. And I can't remember if we realised at the time or maybe after I'd left school, but there was a Children's Film Foundation film called Pop Pirates. And I've not done any research about the Pop Pirates, but I think in my memory it was about some plucky kids setting up their own pirate radio station so they can play their own songs. The Children's Film Foundation is a non-profit organisation which makes films and other media for children in the United Kingdom. Originally, it made films to be shown as part of children's Saturday morning matinee cinema programming. Pop Pirates is a 1984 British adventure film from the Children's Film Foundation, starring George Sweeney and, somewhat improbably, Roger Daltrey of The Who. The Pirates are a schoolboy pop group and they enter a major talent contest. Things are going well, but unbeknownst to the others, lead singer Paul is heavily involved with his uncle's video piracy scam.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Are you telling me that
he completely ripped it off?
Plagiarised it.
He completely ripped it off.
Oh dear.
So, here they are again with their winning number. You're the one. Let's hear it for Pirates.
Did he get discovered?
I honestly can't remember. I think he certainly got discovered by the kids. But yeah, Miss Plant was good, but I do remember as part of our coursework, we had to study The Works by Queen. The whole album was like the set text.
Oh, yeah.
And she talked about one song, it might have been Hammer to Fall, and talking about Brian May's guitar playing being influenced by Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
And Miss Plant said to the whole class, unfortunately, Jimi Hendrix died. He got electrocuted whilst playing the guitar with his teeth. And I put my hand up and said, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
Being a precocious little music nerd. No, he didn't.
I mean, I remember Miss Plant, and she taught me music as well.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that she engaged into a discussion with you.
No,
about
that did not happen.
No.
But he did not.
Yeah, misinformation.
Yeah.
Don't believe anything that those teachers say, kids.
Yeah. She had a very interesting way of saying the word sellotape. Can you remember? She had lots of little...
Sellotape.
Sellotape. She almost emphasised the O in sellotape.
Sellotape.
But I can't fault her because she gave me the 4-track, the sampling keyboard and the drum machine on a very, very, very long loan.
Maybe that's the beginning. That's the foundation stone on which all of this is built, you see.
All of this faffing about that we're talking about. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's all because she had those in her cupboard.
Mm. But there you go. That was Hi Dad, and it was part of my GCSE coursework, and I got a B.
Well, Steve, I've got good news for you. The verdict's in, and I think we're going to allow Hi Dad to enter into the eternal hall of the 4-track gods.
Gods. I'm so happy.
Your T-shirt's on its way.
Thanks. And because of that, you will get a Christmas present from me.
Thank you.
Because if you hadn't, it just wouldn't happen. But thank you. I'm honoured to gain admission into the hall.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast.
Just wait. Just hold on a second. Just hold on a second, because I just had an idea for a new bit.
Literally just had a bit.
Just had an idea. Right. Here's a thought for you.
Yeah.
If you had a music program that you were in charge of, what would you call it? What would the title of the program be? It might be a radio show, like, Jarvis Cocker's Finest Hour, or it might be a TV program, if you like, depending on what you want called. Yeah. It might be something like a title like The Old Grey Whistle Test or The Tube.
Mm.
What would you call it? What would be a good title for your music program?
Yet again, you're firing a question at me. I've got no ideas whatsoever. It would probably be something really naff.
Yeah. I think it needs to be.
Okay.
It needs to be. I've considered a few, definitely, because I've been thinking about this. There's some quite terrible ones, like The Saturday Vibe. I quite like that one.
Awful.
I like a bit of a Saturday vibe. Or This Is the Day. I like that one.
Okay.
But I've settled on. Ready?
Yeah.
In capital letters.
Of course.
Let's go.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation mark. Yeah. Yeah. It's positive. It's got a sense of movement. It's looking forward, but with a sense of learning from the past. And it also sounds a bit like an 80s magazine.
Hang on. I've just got to. It's like there's a.
You're gonna piss on my chips, aren't you?
No, I'm not at all. But it's just no, not at all. Oh man, what was the?
Let's go.
In the young ones, there was like a youth TV program.
Was it called Let's Go?
No, but it had a really awful name, but it was absolutely spot on. Oh man, what's it called? It's like the Tony Wilson one, which had like all the cool bands, but was called something else, wasn't it? Which is an absolutely dreadful name for a youth TV program.
I feel like you're co-opting my end bit by just like making it into sort of the sound of you tapping on a keyboard now.
No.
Are we gonna end this? Because I need to round it up. But are you going to add anything else to it?
Look, when I find it out, I'll stick it in as a little edit because that's just really bugging me. I will find it out.
Okay.
In order to save you, dear listener, from having to listen to genuinely 2 minutes of me scrabbling around on a keyboard trying to find out what the clip was, I will tell you that in the first episode of The Young Ones called Demolition, there was a small section where there was a youth TV program called Nosing Around.
Nosing around, nosing around. Nosing around, nosing around. Nosing around, nosing around.
Hi, my name's Baz, and me and my mates thought the TV just wasn't now, right? I expect, like us, you're not into all that stuff your old man's into, right? So, we just thought we'd have a programme for us, right? And this is it, Nosing Around. Yeah, N-O-Z, Z for that. It's a programme for young adults, made by young adults, and concentrating on all the subjects that young adults are interested in, like unemployment. Maggie!
Thank you very much for listening to the
Whoa,
go on.
So let's go.
Okay,
Right?
let's go.
Let's go. And I've got the title,
Mm.
and then I thought, what's the nearest thing you can do to programming a music show these days?
A playlist or a
You
podcast?
can make a Spotify playlist.
Oh,
And guess what? I'm sharing it with the people. So it's yours. It's free. Let's go.
okay.
Listen
Okay.
to it.
Okay, you're going to need to send me a link for that. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. As always.
Hold on a second.
Oh, Jesus, what have I done now?
Just want to flag up next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Next episode is an interesting one. Because, we kind of we got to the end of the year, right? So next episode is going to be a bit different. And we're going to do a kind of a looking back. And we're going to go back and have a look at what songs are on the compilation tape so far.
See if it works as a tape.
See if it works as a tape. So
Listen to the tape so far.
just a bit of a review of what we've done so far. So it might be a bit of a longer episode, but it'll be kind of in that New Year period, so you might have a bit of time to listen to it.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what's happening.
Beautiful.
Anyway,
Can I go?
You can.
Can I go now?
Now I think I will allow you to finish the podcast.
God bless you. Thank you so much for listening to the
Merry
podcast.
Christmas, by the way.
Yeah, but now you're dating it. This podcast is going to stay online forever. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Take 4. As always, if you have any comments or queries, get in touch with us either through Instagram, Facebook, on the blog. Send us a message however you can do. Pigeon post, smoke signal. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're listening to this on a platform that allows you to leave ratings and reviews, please rate and review. I don't know if they help at all, but it'd be nice to get some comments on it.
Do it. It would be helpful to us. It would be like a gift.
Oh, I've just realised something.
What?
We didn't decide which track was going on the tape.
This is such a shambolic ending to the episode.
Yeah.
Should we start? Should we not do the ending again then? Right. Okay. We'll go back. Right.
We'll go
okay.
back and I'll slip it in.
No. Let's. This is still we're still going to keep it in this order. Yeah. So, which song are we going to include on the tape? I think we have to decide this episode rather than leaving it to the general public to decide. So,
as we've got a submission to the Eternal Halls of the 4-track Gods, ordinarily that would not be going forward onto the tape. So let's discount that. It's a head-to-head between Got It Easy and I Saw 3 Ships. And my vote goes to Got It Easy. There you go.
Okay, I'm going to go along with you on this one, even though every essence of my being at Christmas time wants it to be the other one, because someone might be listening to this in August. So I'm going to go with Got It Easy as the song that goes onto the compilation tape, mainly because of the bass playing.
I genuinely think it's a good song.
Yeah, and the fact that you let me play a weird guitar bit.
Let you. Yes, I let
You
you.
let
I
me play a
permitted
weird
you.
guitar bit.
If you remember rightly, I wasn't in the room, so you helped yourself.
You didn't erase it.
No, God, no, it was great.
Right.
That's it.
Not easy.